Good morning, Judy.
Good morning.
Everyone, we have the March 2025 real estate market report for you this morning. Stats were released by the Sarasota and Manatee Counties associations, and we have current data, local data, and regardless of what some people are telling you, these are the facts. So, our counties have evidently decided to develop their own personalities when it comes to these stats. We had some very varied results in the single family home sector for Sarasota and for Manatee counties. So, we've seen the trends, and Judy's going to talk more about those trends.
Here we go.
Okay.
So the key trends in the Sarasota and Manatee, so bringing us all together. The median sales price trends. Median sale prices in Sarasota County continued a downward trajectory across both property types, while Manatee County median prices appear to have stabilized, indicating a potential market bottoming in that region. We'll see.
We'll see.
Closed sales activity. Single-family home closed sales increased month over month in both Sarasota and Manatee counties, which was a little bit of a surprise for us. However, Manatee County remains below its closed sales volume compared to the same time period last year. Inventory growth and market balance. Although certain market segments experienced an uptick in closed transactions, active inventory growth continues to slightly outpace demand, resulting in a continued rise in months' supply of inventory, which we've talked about before, and further shifting conditions toward a more balanced or buyer-favorable market.
The buyers have the advantage at this point in time, and buyers need well-educated and hyperlocal realtors.
Yeah, I try to explain to people when they come to our area, even within our county, we probably have 10 micro markets. We have very vastly different regions in our very wide counties.
Right. And so when these statistics are reported to us, they are, local for the counties, but we've got our pockets. We've got our hyperlocal markets. The single-family home sector in Sarasota County reported 817 closed sales, and that was an increase. From February to February, we saw a 13% increase from last year to this year.
Excuse me.
What we saw from month to month was a 38.7% increase. So we're giving you the month to month because we think that this is going to show where the trends are really going. Year over year gives us a good look, but keep in mind that it's year over year. What's interesting that even though we saw an increase in the number of sales, we saw a decrease in the median sales price, a significant decrease year over year of 8.8%. And what is further backing up that trend of prices going down is that from February to March of this year, we saw a 6.1% decrease. So the market in Sarasota is normalizing by these adjustments from month to month. What we're seeing with inventory levels is that we have an increase in single-family homes of 6.9%. I'm sorry, 6.9 months, which was 30%. Okay. The median time to contract and the median time to sale decreased slightly from last month to 40 days to contract and 82 days to sale. Now, in our townhome and condo market, what we saw was a continued trend of lower number of sales. The 324 closed sales for townhomes and condos reflects a 36.7% decrease compared to this year of February, but a 19.8% decrease in closed sales from year to year. So that trend is backed up. It's showing up from month to month. And the median sale price fell 10% year over year to $346,500. Now, what happened from February to March was a little less, it was a little different. What we saw was a slight increase in prices, 1.3%.
But not down.
No, not down. That's, you know, that's why it's so important to know these statistics that are local. You can compare them to the U.S. and the rest of Florida,
Right.
but we're different. The inventory continued to grow in the condo and townhome market with 2,714 active listings. That's a lot. That's 9.7 months of supply. A definite buyer's market, and the median time to contract, the median time to sale, 46 days and 84 days, respectively. So let's talk about Manatee and how much different it looks.
Exactly. So in March of 2025, Manatee County reported 668 single-family home sales, which is a 33.6% increase compared to February of this year, but an 8.5% decrease year over year comparing to the same period in 2024. The median sale price increased by 1.5% from March 2024 to $506,317, the highest median sales price since June of 2024. Cash buyers accounted for 32.3% of all closed sales, which I still think is pretty significant.
Right. I left that out for Sarasota. It was 44.7%.
Yeah, that's significant.
In Sarasota.
Median sales price from February 2025 to March 2025 went from $475,995 to $506,317, which is an increase of 6%. And if you had asked me before the stats came out if I thought we were going to see a 6% increase, I would probably say no. That was a surprise. Manatee County ended March with 3,256 active single-family home listings, representing a 5.2 month supply of inventory. And again, we use kind of 6 months as our gauge, as balanced. The median time to contract and the median time to sale stayed constant month over month, with 46 days to contract and 95 days to close. And our real estate president had said no two marks are the same, and what we're seeing in Sarasota isn't necessarily what we're seeing in Manatee. So that was a quote here. In townhomes and condos, okay, I can't see you. In March, so with townhomes and condos in Manatee County, Manatee County reported 300 townhome and condo sales, a 19.5% increase compared to February, and a 6.4% increase year over year. Median sales price fell 1.3% to $338,395, with 52% of sales being cash purchases. February median sales price of $319,990 rose to $338,395 in March. So we see a 5.7 increase in median prices there.
And that's more than half of them in cash.
Yeah, that's a lot of cash.
Yeah.
And some of that's probably investors scooping up some deals that have been sitting there a little while. Inventory for condos, this is part of why people are probably ready to deal. Inventory held constant from February to March with 1,816 active listings and an 8.2 month supply. The median time to contract and median time to sale increased to 62 days and 106 days to close.
Wow. Okay. So, in summary, we're well past the post-pandemic surge. We have rising inventory levels, much longer time on market for both sectors, but this is providing a lot of flexibility and negotiating power for buyers, particularly in the townhome and condo sectors. Mm-hmm. Now, our legislation session is not over. It should end May 2nd because it's a 60-day time period, unless it goes over. But they are bantering back and forth about what's going to happen with the condo regulations. And when we do have that information, and it is law, Judy and I will give everyone a complete update on condos and townhomes in our counties. I'm looking forward to just see exactly how much will change for our residents that are in townhomes and condos. So we have distinct dynamics that are playing out across both property types in both counties. So we have the Parrish Manatee County expert with us, and I'm your Sarasota expert. You need to reach out to us if you've got any questions. Comment below, like this video, and please subscribe. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.